All right, first off, look at this sunrise. It's gonna be a pretty one. All right, it's the first week of October and I've got speckled trout on the brain. It's just the right time of year. I'm at the beginning of a meager falling tide, but I'm hoping it's enough to concentrate some white shrimp in areas that speckled trout wanna ambush them. So I've come into a big lake and I'm gonna be looking around for birds. Don't see any yet, might be a little bit too early, but they should be collecting soon. But I'm on the hunt today for specks. Come along with me, let's see if I can find any. All right, I'm just gonna kind of drift this flat. Got a little bit of a northeast wind. I'm gonna start with this VersaMax Pro Max cork over a Salt Strong Power Prawn. Got that on a 16th ounce death grip jig head. You can see this one's well used. It's got some tooth marks on it, but hopefully it'll still produce. I am seeing some mullet in this area, no shrimp yet. No birds yet either. Current time is 6:43, nice and early. Really, it's not all that early, but the sunrise is so late this time of year. It's early relative to the sunrise. Well, first takedown. Probably one of those 12 3/4 inch fish that have been absolutely everywhere this year. Just a plague of them. Glad to see it. No complaints at all. Oh, there we go. Might be a small one, might be a keeper, who knows? Let's see. Might be a catfish, actually. Yep, that's what I'm betting. He's definitely digging. Yep, catfish. All right, inauspicious beginning to our fishing trip. At least it's a hard head and not a gaff top, so he didn't slime up my line. All right, dude, swim off. Ruin somebody else's cast. So much bait around here. It doesn't seem to be shrimp though, it's all bait fish. Haven't seen any shrimp yet. So important this time of year. Find those white shrimp. That's what the trout want. Okay, I made a pass with that cork, didn't get any bites. Kind of come up to this little intersection here, got a point coming out, got a bayou coming in right here. Just looks like a lot of mixing water here. It definitely looks fishy. But there's a little bit of depth here, so I'm gonna throw this jig head, 1/4 ounce death grip with a green hornet matrix shad. See if we get a speck or two. Tons and tons and tons of bait, but not any white shrimp. Haven't seen any white shrimp yet, not one. Mullet galore. There's a fish. Definitely a speck, but not a big one. Oh, came off. Oh, man, good hit. There's a few fish that, oh, another one. I mean, tattoos. Just can't get a hook in them. There. Oh, there we go. Got a hook in that one. That might be a keeper. Yeah, he's a keeper. All right, there we go. That's a start to the day. Ooh, this fish is warm. Water temp is, what is the water temp? 80 degrees. Let go of my bait, dude. Thank you. We're gonna put him on the tape just to check. Oh yeah, he's 13.5. All right, good sign. Yeah, so much bait here. I figured there had to be at least some trout. Oh, there goes a shrimp. Just saw the first shrimp. Okay, good sign. Water right here where I posted up, it's 3.5 feet. I suspect it's a little bit deeper out here where I'm casting. Oh, there we go. Another trout. Unfortunately, he's not gonna make it. Make it next year, dude. This is part of the deal right now. You're gonna have to pick through some small fish for sure. No matter what, they're everywhere. All right, let's give this cork a cast or two, see what happens. There we go. I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna make it. Man, he's gonna be close. I don't know. He's over 12. All right, let's see, dude. I don't think you're gonna do it. Yeah, 12.5. Hopefully somebody else catches you. There we go. Man, they're clobbering the cork. This one's even smaller. Yeah, I don't think he would have even made it last year. With last year's limits, I mean. Last year he probably wasn't even born yet. All right, my bite has gone from every cast to absolutely nothing. I don't know if the fish moved on or the bait moved on or what. I feel like there's some fish here, but I'm gonna move on as well. Let's see what else I can find. Too pretty of a day and too many options to just sit here in bad action. All right, you know I'm a sucker for a deep, windy bayou. And I'm just passing this one. Said, man, I gotta duck in there and go fish it. With this falling tide, should be a few fish accessible to us in here. This is an impressive looking bend. Water just fell out to 7 feet. Oh, there we go. Don't know what this is. Don't know. Came up like a trout. Hope I get to see him. No, it is a trout, just not a giant. Definite throwback, but good sign. Oh, another hit. A few fish right there. There we go. A croaker. Oh, actually it's a spot. It's not a croaker. Good trout bait right there. I think I forgot to mention, but I made a switch to a Fish Lab flutter nymph. It's already lost a couple of its appendages. That stinks, because that's what gives this bait its effectiveness. So I'm gonna switch it out. All right, I made a big run, hoping to find some birds diving, but man, I looked everywhere and couldn't find any. Really surprising. Looked in a bunch of areas they should be, but they weren't there. So now I've come into a bayou, and fortunately the water in here is absolutely gorgeous, just perfect. I'm gonna stick with this flutter nymph for now, but I'll give a lot of stuff a try. Tons and tons and tons of bait in here, just crazy. Crazy amounts. It seems like mostly shad. You know, shad just kind of flip on the surface. And that's what's going on for sure. And obviously, as you can tell, we got some grass in here, which is probably why this water looks so good. Look at the shad. It's causing a false floor on my depth finder. Look, it's not 4 feet deep, it's 7 feet deep. That's all shad. All right, I'm gonna head into this little ditch here. No bites despite all this bait right here at the mouth. This little ditch doesn't have a ton of water. 3.5 feet in this bend. Oh, there we go. What is that? Oh, there we go. Glad to see one of these guys. This is bassy water that we're in. Marsh bass water. Look how deep this guy took it. He definitely wanted it. These are great to find this year because they were tough to come by last year. And that's what I really like about this flutter nymph is everything hits it, everything in our marshes. I've said it before, but I think this bait resembles a shrimp. That's what they think it is. And everything eats shrimp. Everything I want to catch eats shrimp. All right, just too much grass in here for this exposed hook. I'm getting grass on at least 4 out of 5 casts. So I'm gonna throw a Texas rig, at least while I'm in this grassy area. I'm gonna try this candy bug Zimmer swimmer, but the water might be too pretty for it. If it is, I'll switch to that glass blast. There he is. Another bass. He wanted to, whoa, stay in the boat there, buddy. Man, I can see why this dude wanted to eat. Look at his belly. He's got nothing in there. Really makes no sense because there's bait galore in here. Dude just got to open his mouth and swim. Really great to see some marsh bass. If you're new to the channel, largemouth bass live in our marshes. We'll feed shoulder to shoulder with redfish, speckled trout, flounder, But last summer we had a really extended drought, super high temperatures, and the bass did not do well at all. We lost a lot of them. They'll come back with a vengeance, that's for sure, no doubt. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Oh, missed another one. Missed another one. Oh, I see why. There's a little three-way right here. Take a minute and fish this. There he is. Oh, redfish. I don't know, little redfish, but a redfish. We caught that bass maybe 20 feet that way. This guy's obviously not legal, but beautiful fish, a couple of spots. We're gonna tag him and let him go. My last few trips, I've caught a bunch of reds that size. Of course, those are next year's legal crops, so really glad to see them. So I'd love to hear from you. If you're from Louisiana and you're seeing a bunch of reds that size as well, let me know. Let me know in the comments section. I've been catching them in a bunch of different areas, so definitely a sign that it was a good year class. I love fishing ditches. It's small, undisturbed water. You know, they don't get a lot of pressure. The fish in them just don't see a lot of baits. They're really eager to bite. There's one. Oh, speckled trout. But yet another throwback on the glass blast. Oh, look at the shrimp. Something was chasing him. Of course, you always see him when you're in mid-cast. I'm getting what feels like bites every single cast, but I'm thinking what it is just bait fish bumping my line. There's so much bait fish around here. Curiosity's getting the better of me. I want to see what they are. So I'm gonna break out the cast net. Now, I seldom throw a cast net because I don't fish live bait, but I just got to see what these fish are. Now, I'm probably gonna be pretty rusty. I haven't thrown a cast net in a few years. Let's see though. Is it like riding a bike? I don't know. I think it is. I think I'll be all right. There's a million ways to throw cast nets. This is the one I learned when I was a kid. Kind of gross, got to put this in your mouth. There we go. Yeah, it's perfect. Apparently I haven't forgotten. Let's see what we got. Well, we got nothing. I guess I threw it the wrong time. Let me try to wait until I see some to throw my net. There's been a bunch out in this area, flipping on the surface. I guess they're a little boat shy. See if I can throw as good of a throw right here. Yep, pretty good. What do you have, a croaker? I know that's not what's flipping up top. One croaker. They are definitely boat shy because when I was over there was a bunch over here and now they're gone, staying at least 20 feet away. All right, one more random throw. Here we go. Worst of the three. And nothing. Oh no, we got something. Oh, we got a shrimp. Look at that, a beautiful shrimp. Beautiful white shrimp. That's not a bad white shrimp. Look at that. I'd rather catch fish than bait. So let's move on. All right, I made another big run and came into a pretty major bayou. Got a falling tide here. Tide's actually moving pretty good here. Got this ferocious east wind that's now blowing really strong, pushing us that way, kind of against the tide. Water looks really good in here, shockingly good. I tied on a 3/8 ounce death grip jig head with a tiger bait matrix shad. Just gonna kind of work the length of this bayou and see if I can run across some trout. It's deep in here. It's 16, 18 feet, real deep bayou. A lot of water moves through it. Oh, there's a fish. That didn't take long. It feels like a pretty decent trout. Yeah, it feels like a decent trout. Come on, dude. Just stay hooked up. Stay hooked up for me. Do me a favor. Oh yeah, real nice trout. Real nice trout. All right, there we go. Stay in the boat. We'd like to eat you. That's a real good fish. Glad to see that. These major bayous act as conduits for white shrimp, and the trout just kind of wait in them for the shrimp to come by. Early in the day, the shrimp will be up high, but right now it is 11 o'clock, so you know the shrimp are down low. And the trout know, oh, good hit. Trout know that too. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Feels decent. Feels pretty decent. Oh yeah, real good fish. All right. There we go. All right. Man, that's a good trout. Particularly considering all the little ones we've been catching. Just had to change things up and try a completely different pattern. Oh, another bite. Right here where my trolling motor is, 16 feet. It's deep. There's some deep water. Oh, that was a really, really good hit. That's the type of hit you know you're gonna connect on. Oh, beautiful trout. Wow. Awesome. Love it. Look at this guy. Man, he took it deep. You could tell he wanted it. Oh, there's another one. There's a bunch of trout down there, and I'm really fortunate that they're as big as they are. This fish is fighting weird. He hasn't come up at all, but he is a nice trout. All right. All right. Oh, rubber stamps, like 16, 17-inch fish. Oh, man, I missed him. That was a really great hit. They are tagging the bait. Hitting it angry. Oh, there we go. Man, these fish are just fighting so hard. Oh, he threw it. He earned his freedom. He jumped like a tarpon and threw that bait. You know, that's the pitfall of throwing 3/8 ounce. The fish has a lot of leverage. When he comes up shaking that head. Well, there's another one. Wow. Wow. This dude hasn't come up at all until I finally made him right at the boat. It is a school of 16, 17-inch speckled trout. They're all the same size. Man, it just shows you the value of moving, staying mobile, covering some water. Oh, goodness. Wow. Oh, he's barely hooked. Let's see if we get him. Yep, we got him. You hook better. Oh, nope, you threw it. You threw it. I see the tear in your mouth. Yeah, he ripped his mouth to shreds. But he doesn't eat it. All right, there's another one. Foul hooked. There are some babies down there. He felt big because we hooked him in the side. Oh, there we go. Feels like another small one. No, he's not small. He's just weak. Dude, you should have been hitting the gym. You fought like a 10-incher. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Oh, what did he throw up? Threw up a shrimp head. Yeah, I don't know if this dude's gonna make it. Nah, he's too little. What is this? I think he's a keeper. Yeah, he feels nice. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Sorry, dude. It sucks to be you. Yeah, you were hooked very, very well. You had no chance. That poor guy was a trauma patient. I'm working this bait with the current. All I'm doing is picking it up and putting it down. Most of the bites are absolute tattoos. Occasionally, they'll just load up, but not mostly. Like that one. Oh, goodness. You're not gonna make it either, dude. Oh, there you go, perfect. Well, the wind has overtaken the tide. My boat has completely spun around. It was kind of sideways, so no more leaning on the leaning post. So that's a sign that perhaps our tide is dying. And what's also a sign that our tide is dying is catching a few of those small fish, although this one's not a small one. Yeah, it's a really good trout. All right, dude, really nice fish. Hardly spotted at all. Just one on his side, the rest on his fin and tail. Oh, there we go. Baby, baby, baby. All right, that's a wrap on another great day of fishing. As I've said in my last few videos, there are undersized trout absolutely everywhere all over this marsh. Now, by the time you see this, a cool front will have come through and significantly dropped water temperatures. I think that's gonna help bigger fish to bite. But as I found today, of course, there are some big fish around. You just gotta keep moving until you find them. And that's what we did, fishing this pattern, fishing deep water, these major bayous that are major thoroughfares for white shrimp, leaving the marshes. It's exclusively a falling tide bite. You've got to really schedule your trips this time of year around a falling tide. I know I definitely do. I suspect if I'd been here first thing in the morning, the shrimp would have been up, the trout would have been up, would have caught them probably even under a cork, even in this 16 feet of water. But getting here later in the day, the shrimp had settled, and the trout, of course, moved down with them, and we threw this tiger bait matrix shad. And the reason I selected this color is because it shows up really well at depth. This and the limbo slice, that's my two favorites for fishing deep water, and it proved today that it definitely attracts the fish, no doubt about it. Now, this is probably not the right choice for you if you're fishing super shallow water or if you're fishing really, really clean water. But when you're fishing deep water, 16, 20 feet deep, you want something that's gonna show up, and this definitely does. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.